Well, this is Hammersmith Bridge.
The river was a big part of our lives, really, growing up around Hammersmith.
These pubs over here we used to go into, the Blue Anchor. My nan used to live there, and I lived with my nan when I was really young. So I was always around there, this area. We used to watch the Oxford and Cambridge race here.
Everyone today, not just here at Putney, but all over Britain, and however old, is either Oxford or Cambridge.
We get on our
Richmond,
bikes.
we get on our Nick bicycles and drive up to
right up to Richmond.
Richmond.
Really, Ham, all past that way. So it was a big part of our lives, really.
And this school over here, St Paul's, was a real tough school. And I used to go in, and when I used to play rugby, and nick all their money out their pockets while they were playing rugby. Took from the rich, kept for myself. In the background is the Queen's Wharf, but that's the building where we used to rehearse when Wally was in the band, and that's where his dad used to have a contract there with Lee Electrics or something, and we had the use of there to rehearse there for about, how long was we there? Seemed like forever, like months, when it's 6 months.
Oh, well, over a year, I think.
John never came in.
Yeah, before John joined the band.
It was just me, Wally, Glenn, Paul. Nick Kent came down and jammed in there once.
Had all the equipment, the bar, the rehearsal room, the parties. Just had to learn to play then. Well, this is Riverside Studios as it is now. This is where we used to rehearse. We're going into the main studio where I think it's one of the rooms where we used to rehearse. Oh, it's changed a bit, yeah.
It was actually a lot bigger than this room.
Yeah.
They completely changed it in this whole place. There was no one in here. It was kind of derelict, but it wasn't smashed up. It was still pristine. But it was way bigger than this.
Just one big room then,
yeah.
And we had the running of the whole
Soundproof.
place. Yeah.
No one would use it but us. We had Did You Know Wrong, and another one called Scarface, and I think that was about it as far as originals. And I remember we used to do Small Faces. What else did we do? Faces songs. Didn't we do Miss Judy?
Yeah, anything really. We was just messing around at the time, learning to play basically, and just learning our instruments, so we just whack along to anything.
We did one show as the line-up in here at Salter's Cafe, which was down King's Road, and there was a party upstairs, and we actually played that as me singing, Wally on guitar, Paul on drums, and Glenn on bass. I think we did about 3 or 4 songs.
That was the only other time we played with Wally in the band.
Yeah. I don't think it was the Sex Pistols. Maybe it was the Strand or something.
We didn't really have a name then, yeah.
It might have been Cutie Jones and the Sex Pistols, I'm not sure. But it was a disaster. I know that. I didn't really like the singing part. That front end thing is not me. And that's when we got Malcolm came down a few times. We just had to make a decision. Yeah. Get rid of Wally, sling me on guitar.
We had to leave the place because his dad was running it, and that's when we went on as a three-piece.
We had it all. All apart from an audience.
It was all too cushy though, wasn't it?
Yes. That's when we auditioned for a singer. We needed to shift gears.
What Coomery, now Budweiser. The Americans have taken over.
Without Malcolm McCann, the Pistols would be either in jail or working in a brewery or...
This is the old Watney's Brewery where I used to work. After I left school I started an apprenticeship here, which was for 5 years it was meant to be. I stayed for 4 actually. And while I was here we used to be rehearsing all the time, so I used to come and do a day's work from 7 till 4, then shoot straight off to rehearsal. It would be a full day really. I'd just be getting home and I'd just be exhausted at night time. When we was at Riverside Studios, it's handy working in the brewery. I used to supply everyone with a beer. We used to get big kegs. I used to come round here, manage to get a keg out, so we'd have a supply of beer down at the studio, which was always handy as well. It's kind of one of those jobs where you've done it, you had your apprenticeship and you'd be here for life, but I hated it really, to tell you the truth. I couldn't wait to leave. It was just like freedom when I left, you know, and joined the Pistols. It was great. It was like a bit like a prison to me, tell you the truth, you know. Well, the day I left Watney's actually was the day we had a gig at Chelmsford Prison. I walked out of Watney's for the last time. I was leaving, had to get straight on the train down to Chelmsford. We'd been having a few drinks all afternoon because I was leaving, and I was pretty pissed by the time I got to Chelmsford Prison, which was a pretty riotous gig anyway, and I think I ended up just falling off my drum stool at some stage during the gig. So that was quite a memorable day though, because it was so great just to leave this place. I was like that, I was off. See ya.